Hey, what's up, YouTube? You already know it's All City Live TV, and thank you for tuning in. Hey, you're out there with your big, and you're having trouble finishing at the rack. Now, this has been an ongoing issue. As you guys know, I had a 99 glass cleaning lockdown, and one of the most frustrating things that I experienced with that player is that he would not finish. Although I had a high 90 standing dunk, this man would not finish, and it was so completely frustrating. He'd rather jump 4 feet over the rim and then go for a layup. Imagine jumping 4 feet over the rim and going for a layup out there. It's one of the most frustrating things to experience. I understand you guys' pain. If you have a big out there, he's 7'3" and he just won't finish at the rack, they put him in goofy layup or contact animations, and you're like, how? My player is so strong and so big. Why won't he finish? I got you, man. We play this game day in, day out. We're going to review some of the things that you may want to consider changing, like badge setup. We're also going to consider a complete overhaul in your gameplay, something that you guys may want to keep in mind. We're going to go through all those details in just a minute. But I want to tell you guys about the Tournament of Champions that's being hosted right here at All City Live TV. If you guys would like to join a 3v3 tournament, let's say you guys are out there, you're watching the video and you say, hey, I got 3 players that could really take this tournament, because it's going to be a prize giveaway. So I got 3 players that could really take this tournament. You got 3 players that can win this tournament. There's 3 easy steps to sign up for your chance to win a free prize. All you got to do is go to the sign up page. So it's going to be a link in the description, and I think I may put it as a top pinned comment of this video. But we're going to go to the link real quick. I'm going to bring that up in the background. I'm pretty sure I may have to. All right, that's not bad. I could leave it like that. So I'm going to drop this down. I'm going to drop this image down right now so I can show you guys, where it's going to take you. After you click that link, you're going to come to this sign up page. I'm going to put on the other display so that way it doesn't look so large. So you can sign up, real easy sign up, y'all. Facebook, Twitter, or Discord, you can sign up with either one of those logins, or you can create a username, email, and password, and you'll get signed up then. After you sign up, it's going to take you into another page. After you sign up, create your account, whatever. It's going to take you to another page where you have to register a team. When you register your team, now this is just the overarching sign up page. After you sign up, then our admin is gonna be able to pool your team. When our admin pools your team, shout out to the homie GS Vet, because GS Vet is the one who's organizing this whole tournament. So after you get signed up, you register your team, GS Vet will then add your team to a bracket. And if you guys don't know, right under me it says join the millions who trust challenge to manage their tournaments. More than 11 million brackets created, and we're going to be one of those brackets out there. So consider signing up if you want a chance to win a great prize. All we do is great prizes here and great giveaways here. If you don't know, we're giving up to about 850,000 VC here within the next few days, so you're gonna definitely want to join our Discord for your chance to win. The Discord link is in the description as well. Discord is how you get a chance to win any of this VC or stay connected with us for this challenge bracket. After you sign up and register your team, you're then going to want, this is the 3rd step. So you sign up, register your team. When you register your team, you select the name for your team, and you also select an image for your team. After you register your team, you're going to want to email us at actvprogram@gmail.com, letting us know your team name and also the PSNs for the people that are on your team. So you want to give that PSN name for the people that's on your team, so that way GS Vet is able to properly organize these brackets. Now, when he sets up the bracket for you guys, you're gonna get a notification from challenge.com. Let me pull up the other image that I had up here, so we can leave that out there. After you sign up and everything, you register, you're gonna get a notification when GSVest sets up your team for a game. You'll get a notification, it's not like at the minute. You'll get it letting you know ahead of time, say, hey, you got a game, you know, this day and at this time. So that way you're well aware of your game, and you could, you know, stay connected and make sure that you increase your chances to win the prize at the end. It's gonna be an elimination tournament, a 3v3 elimination tournament taking place in the Ante-Up, and we're gonna live stream it right here at All City Live TV. But anyway, we're gonna get back into what we're making this video for, and it's for the bigs that can't finish. We're gonna get into everything you need to know about finishing in the paint after patch 9 right now. Let's get it. So are the bigs washed up for NBA 2K20? One thing I forgot to mention about the Tournament of Champions, if you have any questions whatsoever about how to register, how to join, who to email, hit us up in Discord. You can at me or at GS Vet Life. Just send a message in the general chat on Discord, and somebody will direct you. We have a bunch of admin in there that'll help guide you toward what you need to get done out there. So I'm gonna put that back down, and we're gonna pull up these badges, man. You know, because we all know, man, it's not you. You're not crazy out there. 2K has gone through, I've gone through constant changes with my 6'5" two-way slashing playmaker. So one thing that's bad is that at least I could make adjustments and I'll see a significant difference in how my player finishes. Unfortunately for the big man, that is not the case this year. Man, oh man, the big man is struggling out there to finish in the paint, and it's not your fault. It's 2K. 2K is messing with sliders, and it's not even only about sliders. Finishing in the paint has been a nightmare this year. Paint Beast and Interior Force had a short span of being goated out there, finishing at the rack, but as of patch 9, from patch 8 to patch 9 especially, man, they're just, like I said, jumping well over the rim for what? To lay the rock up and not bang out. Man, my player at 6'11" used to be able to catch alley-oops. I brought him out the other day to try to test him. Oh, hell no. I'm not doing it, coach. Trust me, I'm not going through that heightened level of frustration, especially when you know it's not your fault and you created the player with the attributes to... Your gameplay doesn't match your attributes. Pretty much standing dunk super high, your gameplay doesn't show you it doesn't even show that you can make a standing dunk. And they should have just made standing layups for that matter. It should have been a standing layup attribute for that matter. But anyway, we're gonna get into it, man. So matter of fact, I think I wanna move this over, because maybe I could operate from this screen here. I was gonna switch screens, but anyway. So 7-3 centers. Let's talk about 7-3 centers finishing in the paint. And there was something really interesting that I want to tell you guys about. And I want you guys to please take this in. When I say maybe consider an overhaul on your gaming style to kind of attempt to finesse 2K and what they did with the sliders for big men finishing in the paint. If you consider an overhaul, and what I mean by overhaul, let me see if we got the... All right, this is what I'm talking about right here. The Deep Hooks badge. If you consider, now this is not going to be the complete video, but I saw a video from Ticino, man. Ticino, you know, the only team that I know of that swept Ticino in a wager series and he lost a G-Stack was a post scorer and a lockdown. Those two players swept Ticino and Zernik. Zernik is one of the best centers, period, on 2K. Ticino, the best shot creator on 2K. They swept Ticino, and you know how they swept them? With the Deep Hooks badge equipped on Hall of Fame. Now that's not the only badge the dude had, but y'all go check it out. He just dropped the video. Y'all go check that out, man, because he talked about how difficult these guys are, and it was just a matter of this 7'3 center treating Zernik like he was a baby out there, hitting him with post fades and post hooks, dominating with the post hook, his post game, and it didn't even seem that complicated, to tell you the truth. It just seemed like the deep hooks badge is extremely OP. So if you can consider an overhaul on your game and incorporate the deep hooks badge into your game, and now I'm going to get into what you're going to need with the deep hooks badge, because it's not going to be just deep hooks. Remember, I've been saying for a long time that as soon as you hit the L2 button, the teams collapse and they start spamming you. You can't get nothing done. But when you're able to take advantage of and abuse the deep hooks badge, then people spamming is irrelevant, because you're going into a fade or you're going into a quick, as soon as you hit L2, you're going to quickly go into your deep hooks animation. So if you could consider that, we're going to go into right here real quick. Deep hooks, it says post hooks taken far from the basket receive less of a distance penalty than normal. Sorry, I have it on the screen over here. It's kind of far for me to read, but anyway, that's what it says for deep hooks, and I think you guys got the gist of what the deep hooks badge would do for your player out there. It's just you don't see a lot of people abusing this badge or even utilizing it in the least bit. Everybody wants to attack, even though 2K20 is telling you we're not letting you go, homie. You're gonna stay locked up. You're in a cage, bro. You're in a box. You're not gonna be able to do nothing in the paint. 2K20 keeps telling you're big that you can't do nothing down there, but you continue to rearrange these badges or equip badges that everybody else is attempting to use and ain't getting nowhere with either. So try something different. Listen, with my two-way slashing playmaker, everybody told me do this, do that, put this shot, put that shot, do that. Man, I did what I saw. I thought everything that I've changed is from me playing with my player and watching how he plays, then unequipping and re-equipping badges to see what they do to my player. If animations are tied in and boosts are tied into these badges, see what they do for your player, because what they do for another player may not work on your player. So you're gonna have to, it's gonna be trial and error, y'all. When I said consider an overhaul on your big man, I like talking about these badges. I'm sorry, y'all, but I enjoy talking about these badges with y'all. I love creating dialogue with y'all. It is what it is, man. So if these videos go long, if you find it interesting, you're still here, I appreciate y'all. But whether y'all here or not, I'm gonna talk about it. It's what I do. So anyway, we're gonna talk about what you can do if you want to consider an overhaul on your gaming style, the way in which you go to the rack. Let's consider for a second that center who was abusing Zernik and Ticino. He would have his deep hooks, right? So I imagine he has something like deep hooks, and then you consider cross key score. Now, cross key score, I'm gonna see if I read. Boost the ability to make running hooks. Bam. What I'm telling you, coach, boost the ability to, and this is on the fly, y'all. I'm going through this with y'all because it's just logic from what we've learned throughout our experience playing 2K20. So boost the ability to make running hooks, layups, or close range pull-ups while driving across the paint. That's exactly what the dude was doing to beat Ticino and Zernik. He was using exactly what that cross key scorer describes. So along with that, along with deep hooks, you may want to consider the cross key scorer. And when you consider the cross key scorer, when you consider that type of playing style, you're gonna want to go back out and make sure you have some playmaking badges. The playmaking badges you might want to consider on your big are badges like the up and under, the old up and under badge, the dream shake badge, and the post spin technician badge, just to get you a little more speed in your moves. You want to make them joints quick, and then 1-2, bam, you're pulling up for your deep hook animation or your cross key scorer Dirk Nowitzki type of animation. We all know close shots are broken. How come it's easier for you to hit a close shot than it is for you to bang out or dunk in the paint when you're 7'3" and you're jumping over the rim? It's not your fault. Take that into consideration, y'all. It's not your fault. It's 2K's mechanics. 2K's mechanics are broken for people trying to finish in the paint. So if they're broken and close shots are functioning real well, then why not build your player around close shots? You're 7'3" out there. You're not gonna get blocked by smaller players, and the close shots are so broken in general that big men are gonna have trouble blocking you as well. So I mean, as far as even with Intimidator on, Zernik has Intimidator on Hall of Fame. This dude was greening in his grill because the close shot is so broken. You add close shot, an attribute that you can take advantage of for your player because 2K mechanics is favorable to close shots, and we'll build around that. Build around that mechanic, which is really working for players out there. And the way in which you build around it is adding things like post spin technician, dream shake, completely overhauling your whole concept for finishing or what you created your player for. As long as you got enough badge points to equip these, you're going to want to put Dream Shake, Post Spin Technician, and Unpluckable. The reason why you want those three in particular, or to consider those three, I'm sure you guys got different ideas, and if you do, please share them with us, man, because this is about creating dialogue. This is about us sharing ideas, talking back and forth. But I recommend Unpluckable, Post Spin, and Dream Shake as far as your playmaking, if you can. And this, we're talking about finishing. I'm sure if you had more additional playmaking, you could add badges like the floor general or quick first step, things like that. You might even want to consider quick first step as well. But if you could add these three in particular to accommodate this abuse of the post hook, of the deep hooks badge. So those three playmaking, and we'll go back out and we'll go back into our finishing, and then we'll talk about it's like deep hooks. And then, you know, your deep hooks badge is going to be an automatic animation for you guys because close shots are so easy this year. You can full white close shots. They don't need to be green. It's broken. So you can full white them joints. If you add deep hooks in with that, bam, it might open up your world. I'm telling you, it might open up your world. Something to consider. But when you do consider those things, take into consideration cross key scorer or badges like back down punisher or drop stepper, something that might change up. You don't listen. I got hit with a message today from Vice Envy. Shout out to Vice Envy. He hit me on Discord. Like I tell you guys, man, we're highly accessible on Discord. Excuse me. So if you want to join our Discord and connect with us, if I have time, I'll respond where I can, and you never know when I can actually respond. But if I have time, I'll try and respond on Discord. If not, there's a ton of admins in there and a ton of other people that are willing to share and create dialogue, share information and create dialogue with you guys. But like Vice Envy hit me up and said, hey, what's up with Slithery, man? I got Slithery on my big man and I got contact finisher, and I got hit with this a long time ago. They told me about this. Doesn't Slithery and contact finisher, don't those two badges conflict with each other? Like shouldn't they work against each other? And my response to that way back when was, nah, because you get slithery animations and you'll get a ton of contact animations as well. Like there's more than enough to spread. But unfortunately, from what I've realized with slithery finisher on the big man, it seems to me, and it may be different for you guys, and if it is for your big man out there, please let us know. But the slithery finisher badge on a big man, especially a 7'3" player, I can't recommend that badge because from playing with my 6'5" player, it seems like slithery is one of those badges for smaller players that can develop speed, momentum, and have a high amount of acceleration. If you have a high amount of acceleration, then you can take off and he'll go into the animation that you can see. It doesn't activate, but it's a passive badge in that way where it'll change your player animations while you're finishing. Unfortunately, big men out there can't develop that speed, momentum, or acceleration to use this slithery badge effectively. In other words, you're moving too slow for you to even get out the way from a defender. So I told him, he was wondering if he was crazy. I said, no, you're not crazy. They may work against each other even more so for a big man out there. So you might want to take that off. And that's what this is about, y'all. Like I keep saying, you know, you see people saying, hey, these badges are effective. Like you need to have this and it might be It might be from some of your most respected YouTubers, the YouTubers that you love to watch, or from your most respected players that you admire, that they're telling you should have this. But nobody knows your player better than you, because they're not out there with the sticks. They're not out there controlling the player and all the goofy animations that you're getting out there. So you gotta make these decisions, and the best way to make these decisions, although it may affect your record, you're gonna have to unequip. Take 2K20 as a learning experience. Just take it as like a stepping stone to your next goated player. Say, hey, I'm gonna unequip it because the stuff ain't working anyway. So I'm gonna unequip it and try some wild stuff. I'm gonna try Lob City finisher and pick and roller Hall of Fame and nothing else. You know, I'm not saying to do that. Trust me, I'm not saying to do that. But that's the kind of logic that you need to. That's the way you need to approach 2K20. Because if what you're doing hasn't been working from day to day, week on in, and you still leave the same badges on, then it's gonna be your fault. If you're not rearranging and learning different ways to play with your player, it's going to be your fault. So take that into consideration. Try readjusting badges. Move them around. Something like Relentless Finisher, one of my key badges. But I said, hey, it's one of my most loved badges. I love the Relentless Finisher badge, but I know that I want to have Pro Touch and Consistent Finisher on. So I'm going to put this down to silver and sacrifice my love for the badge. And man, when I tell you guys, my player has been eating out there, and it's all on live stream, man. I tell no lies. There's no cap here. If you don't see the capping badge activated on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, then you know I'm not capping. I have been eating. I've been eating out there, man. And the animations are so responsive, and who would have known that it was this badge setup in particular that was gonna turn my player into the player that he is now. You know, he's hitting shots, he's finishing, but we're talking about, I know this is about bigs out there. I just want to say, what I'm trying to explain to you guys is, I've gone through constant changes. I've unequipped them all and spread them all out bronze. I did the same thing with my shooting. Unequip all, drop them all down and spread them out all bronze. So that way I could kind of see what is working. Hey, if they're all on bronze, if this one works on bronze, maybe I can put it up to silver. We've gone through this already. Some of you guys that are, you guys that are ghosts, that loyal, stick with us through every video, you know that I've talked about this in the past, about the importance of spreading out your badges. And it may not be to just remain there, but when you drop them down and spread them, you can kind of better understand how they function, and then increase what's needed and drop what is no longer needed. This is something a tactic that you guys may want to try. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. If your player's not playing the way you want him to play, go ahead and move on. Create a new player. Not to say that it's not a grind. I'm not trying to disrespect y'all in any way. I know the grind. I don't even have the patience to commit to another player and grind them out right now. So I understand how it is to grind out another player. But if your player's not working, and it hasn't been working for a long time now, then start spreading things out. Start changing everything about your player. That's why I mentioned about overhauling your complete gaming style, because maybe you just need an overhaul. Maybe you need a new player. But before you consider grinding and the time it takes to grind a new player, try everything on your old player. Take down all your badges, spread them out to even the badges that you wouldn't have even thought to consider, like Teardropper, something that you may not have even thought to consider, but maybe you could master and be different from everybody else. But one of the main things that I want to mention, like he was telling us about Acrobat, 7-3, I don't know if it's necessary to have the Acrobat badge. The same like with Slithery, you need to have momentum, acceleration. There needs to be some speed to your player for you to use the full effects of the Acrobat badge. Otherwise, it's not as useful to your player. Other people, you guys out there may be goated with the Acrobat badge, but I wouldn't recommend or equip it on my big man, especially if he's 7-3. It's just something I want to do. something to consider, y'all. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I know it was a lot of talking. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, I just want to decline that. I know it was a lot of talking, but it's definitely something to consider. And drop these badges, spread them out. I hope you guys found this video helpful.